Sotah Daf, Yerushalmi Sotah Daf, Chav Gimel Amud Aleph. We're going to start on the bottom of Daf Chav Beis. On Beis, 5 lines from the bottom. 6 lines from the bottom says, Shem she Yasuda L'Baal, Kach Yasuda L'Boil. Same way she's also to her husband, now she's also to her boil as well. Shem she Yasuda L'Achishel Baal, same way she's also to the brother. The Baal knows she can't do Yibum, because she was also to, she only comes to the Achiv of the Baal through the Baal. Right, that's the only way to do Yibum, and she was also to her own husband. So she's also to certainly to his brother. She's also to she's also the Achiv of the Baal as well. Shemayim Boitnu Sa Kol B'Yobi Yoshi Mekabelas as Baila Leacher Haboyel. The same way that Mayim is Baidik her every isser of relation that she has with her husband after she was with the Baal. Kachin Boitnu Sa the Baal she gets in the way of every time that she's left with her husband. The same thing would happen for the Baal as well. He now zot the Gemara on top of Tav Chav Gimel Amud Aleph. He Aydei Shadak Eliyasa Bein Loi Bein Lach He Nivdekes. That now a woman becomes aser regardless, right? If she becomes aser, whether it was through him or was through some other illicit relationship that she had, she's now aser to her husband. So therefore, the Mayim are going to be baidik her on every relationship she had. Aval hu, but the boy lokeshetishte or lokesheyishte according to Karb Neida. Who nivdak? In other words, if he didn't sleep with her, if this was not her bio, so the bayim won't be boidik him. It'll only be boidik him if there was some other wife that he had slept with. But goy, so what about What about but goy? So let's say the waters checked him. Now let's say he came down with all the symptoms and he died, but not her. So we'll say is really she didn't have a with him. But what happened when she had his chus, and that chus saved her. So Nichas Gemara, this makes perfect sense. Command the matters chus toila in any keres that this chus is toila. Like we said, there's machlekes we had it a couple of times where there's no sign whatsoever. So she has his chus, she drinks the water, nothing happens to her. So okay, so we needed to tell me that. We're saying that what happened was she had a schus, but the boil didn't have schus, therefore he dropped that. Ram command ma has schus toila v'nikeres. But according to the sheet that it holds a schus toila v'nikeres, that we said like she'll start shriveling up. Hare loy hukra. So she wasn't. So she was not hooker. So if that's the case, right? So why would it check him? Why would it check the boil? Obviously, nothing was done wrong over here. Elani Aimes, and for the Gemara, it says, Ma'imegulun Shasa v'Natzva. He drank exposed water, it was exposed overnight, and what do you know? That's what killed him. So for the Gemara, understand, Hachalai have a boy mivdekuna elokedain. What this is a poisonous water kills him, but the same exact symptoms of the Meisaita. It doesn't make any sense. Elani Aimes Nista. What happened was this boil, the reason it checked him is because he had slept with other women. Faith 1 second. Veloy Kain Savran Mema. Second, you just told him like Nivdak. Only Kishishta for some other woman, not for this woman. If he didn't sleep with this woman, the Maim's not going to check him. So what are you telling me that? Well, this woman drank, and then he was the one who had his stomach explode. But he didn't. We just said that if she did nothing, that the only time the water will check him is if it was with her. But if it was with somebody else, you have to wait for another person to get the chance. So we're talking about a case where he was amazed, so he knew what he was doing, but she didn't know what she was doing. So therefore, because he did this, what about fighting? What about a case where the waters went and they checked her, so her stomach exploded, he was okay. So we say he must have had some kind of schus, and that saved him. So Gemara again, Nicha command the mar schus toilo ve'inini keres. Right again. So same kasha we had before, but from the other point of view, from his point of view. So right, so over here, so it's Nicha according to the shita that says that toilo ve'inini keres is no sign over here. So we say, all right, he must have had some kind of schus, and therefore nothing happened to him at all. But on command the mar schus toilo ve'inini keres. That you see who start shriveling up. Hare, hare, hare. Who lo yehuka? Nothing happened to him. So so how could it be? Nothing happened to him. So why is this woman's stomach blowing up if they didn't sleep together? So Gemara says, "Allah, Alina, Alaniyam again will give the same test from before, again from his point of view. So now she's the one drinking the poisonous water. Alaniyam and Mamagun says benitzvus. What happened was she had drunk water that was exposed overnight, and therefore her stomach exploded. So Freti Mara again, Hachalai haven't boy what is the way poisonous water kills him? The exact same symptoms as Saita water. She must have been sized with somebody else, not with this particular boil. Fine. Okay, and therefore she was punished and not him. Now, if we're saying that it wasn't with him, so let the husband, right? So let the husband, according to the sheet that it holds, haschus. The Carbonator says, according to the sheet that it holds, schus toila b'nikeres. So if that's the case, so since we see that there was a schus over here, and it's obvious that that was why it didn't kill her. So let the nechsha be mutaba. Since the water didn't check him, right? We said if it's chus talavini cast notice, so we see that was a chus tasibras. Really, she should have been put to death from the waters. She wasn't put to death from the waters, and he was completely unaffected. So if he's unaffected, must have been he was not the boil, must have been somebody else. So now, for the Gemara, what about in such a case? Me'ata girish yemutabas. If the husband divorces, right? He sees his wife. Obviously, she was guilty, but a schus protected her, right? This is again going according to Shita that toilavini keres. So if that's the case, he divorces her, but it wasn't this particular boil because nothing happened to him. So can this boil marry this woman? So and for the Gemara, tipakashayu hu shaygig v'hi mezida. The Gemara says maybe we're talking about a case that she was a shogeg, he was a shogeg in this case. So therefore, it didn't check him out, right? So therefore, what? So therefore, he can't marry her because at the end of the day, even though he was a shogeg, but it's still he's usher to her. Okay, now it's like the motor who mazed. Let's say he's made of a shagegas. Pshita she muteris lebesa. Let's say he was a mazed, but she was a shagegas. She didn't realize who she was sleeping with. It was dark. So pshita she's mutter to go back to her husband. Girish mahu sheyehei mutter ba. It's now the boil mutter in to get together with her. So if we understand the kasha, Efshalom and Mazid ba, Batay Mahachim, what he tell me that he slept with her b'mazid, and now suddenly she should be mutter in him. How that doesn't make any sense. That he should be mutter in her. How can that be? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, who shaygig v'hi mezid? What about if he's a shaygig and she's mezida? Pshita she yasul base. Obviously, she's also her husband because she did. She was a mezida. Gerish Maushi Hey Muteba. What about in this case the husband divorces? She was a mezida, so her husband went and divorces her. Is this boil who was boil her b'shagig? Is he muteba? Efsha, so you can understand. Efsha loyme yotzes mitachas yoder time hachim. Understand? She had to go get a divorce because of the boil. Now, whether the boil did it b'shagig mezid is immaterial. But how can she be muted now to go back to this boil, even though he was a shagig? Now. How do we know that it's up to the woman? In other words, if the woman, like the Carbonet explains, if she's a shogeges, she's materis lebaila. So now the according to Kabnei, he says that the Gemara's kash is, it says the mevihilon from vihilon ispasa, that's talking about an oinus. This is the case of talking about a shogeg. It wasn't oinus. Nobody forced her. They didn't point a gun to her head. She thought it was her husband. Turns out not her husband, and that's why I'm asking the kasha. Shavshim and Baba b'shem Rabbi Yochanan Ksiv vel eishes amischa loisitein. Shechavtechol zera l'tamava. Right, says el eshes amischa loisitin l'shchavtechol zera l'tamava ba. So the Torah uses the extra word of ba. Ba is ba adavatali. It's tali in her. Im hois mezida asura. So she was a mazid. So then she's also the husband. Shegeges is muteres. So now we're talking about Babi Yom. Anytime it mentions in Shas, Babi Yom means the day that they made Reb Lozman Azayid Rosh Hashiva. So Babi Yom Dorsha Bekiva Chok Licher Asher Yipal Mehem L'Toichai Kol Asher B'Toichi Yitma Eino Im Tamei Eli Yitma. So in Darshans it says Yitma Kol Asher B'Toichi Yitma will cause Tuma. So it doesn't say Tame. So it doesn't say Tame. Tame Nishma says Tame is the end of the road. Yitma is mashma that it will make others tame. Letames acherim limit al kika sheni shebetames ashlishi. So we keep it in this pasuk. So we see Yitma. Yitma means will cause tame. So tame. It will make other things tummy. So from here we see that so limit al kika hasheni, a kika which is a sheni, is metame a shlishi. Am Rabbi Yeshua mi yigal off minecha Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai sheisa oimer asedar achel letahes a kika shlishi she'ein le min haTorah. So Rabbi Yeshua said, who can uncover the dust from the eyes of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai? He said a dust is going to come along and it's going to be taher a kika shlishi. And what happened over here, right? Because there's no deraisa, we know that a stam kika, there's no shlishi. So, so Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was worried they're going to come along and be metayer it. Rabbi Akiva your Talmud, Heviloi Mikra min HaTorah, brought a pasuk from the Torah, Shu Tame. Shenema Kol Shebetoicha Yitma. So we see over here reinforced this limud that there is such a thing as a Tumah Shlishi. Okay. By biyam dar Rabbi Akiva, sagt the Gemara Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Bun Am Rav Shmuel to Machlokes Rav Shmuel Chadam and Bein Betrum Bein Bechulam Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva said that Sheni Yosef Shlishi meant both by Truma and by Bechulam. Now by Truma it's more understandable because we're more makbid on Truma. By Chulin, we're not so makbid, so we don't find the Shlishi by Chulin. By Charana, the other one either was Rav Shmuel, we're not sure. Alma Betruma. He said only by Truma is a Sheni Yosef Shlishi. Avaloi b'chulan. V'loi manu da. We don't know who said what. Min mad the Rabbi Yosef b'shem Rabbi Yoina. Ami lo Rav. And some people say it was Rav. And that's important for us to know. B'shem Rabbi Yeruba. Hashlishi ba machmas hasheret. That Shlishi is a kavachoyma from Sheret. Havaima hu du amar. Ben b'trum ben b'chulan. That it's Rav who says, the when Rabbi Kiva said Sheni Yosef Shlishi, it's ben b'truma ben b'chul. So now what's this? Shlishi bomachmas hasheretz. So the we'll just look in the carbon eight v'churana amav iduchama shlishi betrumi alfinu mekavachoyim et full yom the tamei sheretz. That shlishi betruma is learned out of a kavachoyim from tful yom of somebody who was tamei sheretz. And what's that case? Shadam shnoga b'sheretz hurishan. A person touches a dead sheretz, he becomes a rishon. Taval. Now he goes to the mikvah hutalachulin. So immediately he's mutan chulin, but v'asa b'truma afilu liga. He's not allowed to even touch truma. The bekelim tmeim ksiva ma'im yuva v'tami ada erev. We know by kelim it says if they become tame, so you toivel it, and those kelim remain tame ad ha'erev until the evening v'tar, and then they become tash. I mean in the koydim ha'av shemesh also litin l'toicha truma. So what do we see? This keli that was previously tame, even though now you went and you were toivel, so until the evening you're not allowed to put room into it. Sheni and a sheni, like we're talking about in our Mishnah. Shu pasel lechulin, right? Just pasel lechulin. So here you have a kli which is tar lechulin, but we see it's tar, it's tame, it's tar lechulin, but it's tame for truma. So sheni, which is pasel lechulin, the ksiv kol shebetoichai yitma. Chulin Truma v'Kachim b'mashma, right from the pasuk. It doesn't differentiate between Chulin Truma and Kachim. And then she asks, Shlishi Batruma. Certainly, a sheni will make a Shlishi Batruma. Now, if you learn it from the Kavachaima, it means that you're learning Truma Shlishi Batruma. You're learning sheni Oisa Shlishi Batruma from a Kavachaima. So therefore, the pasuk is coming to teach you that what the pasuk of Kol Shabatochi Yitma is coming to teach you that even Chulin sheni Oisa Shlishi. So there we see that it's Rav who says Ben Betru and Ben Bechulim Sheni Yosef Shlishi. Amar Rav Akiva Masnita Pliga Rav. We have a brisa though. I keep getting this confused. Have oime do. So let's just so have oime who do who Rav do Amar Ben Betru and Ben Bechulim. Amar Rav Akiva. Rav Akiva said it that Sheni Yosef Shlishi both by that Rav is one who says Rav Akiva says Sheni Yosef Shlishi both by Truma and Chulim. Masnita Pliga Rav the brisa Agos and Rav. We have a price of Oichel Eichel Ma'isa Shehuchshe b'mashke. If you have Oichel, which is tevel for Ma'isa, Shehuchshe b'mashke. So it's now Huchshe Kabatum through a liquid. V'naga by Tfilium, and Tfilium touches it. Oidai Mesai voice or Tomei hands. Mafrishim imenu Trumas Ma'isa b'Tahara Pnei Shu Shlishi b'Shlishi Tar b'Chulin. So he mafrish from it b'Tahara. He mafrish Trumas Ma'isa, and it's tar. Because a shlishi is tar b'chulin. So obviously this argues on Rav. Rav says that the shlishi is tar b'chulin. Pasa lahakil hu pasa lahakol will be a daim shame in the rain because that be a daim are tahar. Really, it's only midrabanan that yadaim atami. Therefore, mekel. But you can understand. But in that same brisa, you told me vatanin tful yom. You said tful yom. No, tipat. I'll tell you that betful yom beis hapras, which is a time someone became time by going to a beis hapras, a malkim that was never by kever, and therefore it's also only a tomid rabbanon. Amar Rav Zeba filu tema. B'tful yom dvar Torah. I can even give you a case where it's a tful yom dvar Torah, where it's been a Torah. Shani diksiv tahar tamer. Tahar lechulam ibayid yom, el truma mishatech shach. It says in the pasuk. So again, let's look at the carbonator. Shani he shani tful yom. Daf rav moida deina metamachul. Diksiv b'mayim yuva v'tamei ada are v'tahar. So it says b'mayim yuva v'tamei ada v'tahar. V'kiva diksiv gabe tahar v'tamei. It says both tahar and tamei. So there's shin tahar lechulin. So he's Torah Lechulin, Kodim Shev Shimshai. Before he's Torah Lechulin, before the Shkia, Vein Oisa Shlishi, doesn't make a Shlishi. V'Tamei L'Truma At Sheyav Shimshai. But however, Truma you can't touch until after Shkia. V'Kivin Devadoi En V'Tamei Chulin. So since we know this person, once he's gone to the mikvah, will not be V'Tamei Chulin at all. So therefore, loy gazel mishum chulin hatfulin lechala. So therefore, we will not geyser on tevel if he touched tevel, which is tevel techala. So therefore, we're not geyser there either. So that's another case. Even though Raisa, he will be tar. Hey siv. So therefore, it's not a cash on Rav. Hey, so Rebbe Chagi kum Rabbi Yosi, or name Tar b'maga v'tamei b'achila. Maybe it means to say when it says Tar tamei, how do you know this with this whole thing that we just said now? He's Tar lechulin, tamei letruma. Maybe it means that he's allowed to touch truma, but he can't eat it. Amalei kalim. Look at that pasuk. It also talks about kalim, right? It says a beged or a sack. Kol kli. It says kol kli. It's maybe gabe kalim taharim b'maga v'tamei b'achila. Obviously not.